Somebody asked me about lightning and whether I could capture it on film. I did actually try last night, and you're about to see the footage. I will apologise in advance, it's not very good, it's a bit grainy. It was done in a bit of a rush. What you can hear in the background is the monks chanting at the funeral wake across the road. But the sky was pretty good last night. We did have quite a bit of lightning, but I kind of rushed out and it was handheld, and I didn't change any of the ISO settings for low light. So I need to really do that. The next time I film it, I will put it on a tripod. I will mess around with the ISO settings, and I'll film it in 120 frames per second, because that'll allow me to slow it down when editing as well, so you might be able to see a bit more. But this is the first attempt. I hope you enjoy it. Time to feed the fish. Now, you're not going to be able to see this on camera, but right up there on that little post is that kingfisher again. And today I'm going to try and set up the tripod so that I can capture him on film, get as close as I possibly can. I think of all the birds in the world, kingfishers have to be my favourite. They're just absolutely stunning. It is an absolutely glorious morning out here. Fish are feeding just nicely. Dogs have just been fed, ducks have just been fed. Pi and I are going to sort out the fish today in the new pond, get them released. I had a few new subscribers ask a few questions, so I'll try and answer them for you. The main question was, who owns the fish? Is it belong to you and Pi, or is it your mum and dad? All of this is mum and dad's. We help obviously out on the farm. It's just a joy for me just to come and feed the fish. I like it. But no, Pi and I don't have any commercial interests in the fish. If you look back at the videos, everything Pi and I did, we did to help mum and dad diversify the farm and give them you know, additional income streams. So yeah, we don't have any commercial interest in the farm, Pi and I. It's just a place where we help out. Pi helps Dad really take care of the fish. He's pretty busy most times with the corn, the rice or the tobacco. We're coming up to the tobacco season, so he'll be there. So no, we take care of the fish for him. The only thing they do is spend time in the shack at night just to keep an eye on it. For those of you who don't know, new subscribers, it was right here that the old shack used to be, and now it's well over there, and Mum and Dad sort of put it over there so it overlooks the new pond and they can keep an eye on it at night. The other question I got asked is, do Mum and Dad stay permanently in the shack? And the answer to that is no, they don't. As a matter of fact, they haven't stayed in the shack now for coming up a couple of months, ever since the harvesting of the fish. What they do is, like any other Thai farmer here, once they've got something going like the fish or the crops are coming up or there's other livestock, they'll stay in their shacks on the farm just to keep an eye on it. It prevents poachers from coming on the land and basically stealing what you've got. So they don't spend every single night on the shack, and they certainly don't live there. They live at home. But the fish are getting big now, so it won't be too long before Mum and Dad start spending nights in the shack, and Pi and I will rotate it. It's quite enjoyable. We really like it. I personally do. It's just lovely to spend time on the farm away from all the noise. It's just absolutely wonderful. If you've never been to Thailand and you go to the rural areas, you'll find shacks on pretty much every farm. Some of them use it just as, you know, shelter from the elements when it rains. Some of them use it just to store bits and pieces, but most of them use it to sort of stay in, to keep an eye on their livestock and their crops. But yeah, that's Thai living. That's the way it is here. Now it's just there on that little perch there that kingfisher keeps coming. And I'm going to set the camera up and I'm going to see if I can capture him today. He is absolutely stunning. There's a breeding pair and it's just lovely to watch. I know it's not overly nice for them to keep nicking our fish, but you know, I don't mind them in the old pond. It's the new pond we don't want them in. That's where the farm stock is. The old pond here is primarily used for food on our own table. You know, mum and dad like their fish, and yeah, it's great. It produces quite a bit of food, so no problems at all. Oh, see what I mean? Chickens. They're trying to get into the chickens are trying to get into the water to eat the pellets that we just put in for the fish, and he nearly drowned. Yeah, chickens. Go on, away you go. Now that the fish have been fed, the chickens are right by the waterside trying to pick off the pellets, as you just saw. And I can't set up the camera there for the Kingfisher just yet because he won't come back with all the chickens running around. But give it about an hour. I'm going to set that tripod up and see if I can't capture that Kingfisher. They are absolutely stunning. Going back to what I said about tie shacks on farms and how they're used, here's a perfect example. This one here, of course, as everybody knows, and this is for our new subscribers, that's the new shack. And again, it was moved from that location right there to there, which overlooks the new pond, so mum and dad can keep an eye on it. Now, if you look carefully, you can see another shack over there, another little shack over there, and everywhere you go in other farms, there's another one over there, there's lots of them over there. Some of them live there almost permanently, not quite, but almost permanently, while some of them, like mum and dad, will just come down at night, hunker down and keep an eye on the pond. And of course the other farmers, they keep an eye on whatever they've got going. So yeah, it does help them cut down on the amount of poachers in the area. You do get it, you know, crime you get anywhere. As I've said before, you're never going to stamp it out. But up here, most of it is just petty crime. When you read the newspapers up here, crime generally revolves around petty crimes such as, you know, poaching or drugs, you know, but we live in the Golden Triangle, so yeah, that is quite a problem. It's all right this time of year because it's not too cold, but come the winter, you get perishing out here. And what we've done this time with the fish, we've timed it so harvesting should occur January time. It'll be just in time before the winter sets in, so that means that mum and dad obviously won't have to spend any time in the shack. And that goes for Pi and I as well. We do rotate it. I actually really enjoy spending time in that shack. It's really nice. It's like camping out. And the stars, oh, you get a clear night here, it is absolutely stunning. So yeah, this is our neighbour's farm, Alconsack, and where this tree line is, beyond that is Pi's dad. And the boys are out, look, messing around. Oh, come on in, boys. Right, let's go and see what Pi's doing. Well, as you can see, Pi's making a start on the fish. Sort them out. The bigger ones are now going to go into the main pond and just released. I'm going to give her a hand. It's all good fun. I really like the fish, that's one thing I do like. People have also asked, have you got any intention of keeping cows or pigs? A lot of our subscribers will know that the cow is a bit of a sore subject. The government did promise mum and dad one, but never did materialise even after all the work Dad put in. He's grown a load of cow grass, and he even built this little cattle shed. But as yet, no cow. Pigs, where we keep the frogs, that was originally a pigsty, or it's intended as a pigsty. Her brother Em was gonna keep a couple of pigs, but that never happened. He's in the army, so he's away most of the time, and Mum and Dad really didn't want to be bothered taking care of pigs. So no pigs and no cow. No. That's the way it goes, I suppose. Well, it's afternoon, and Pi and I are now going to go back to the house and get some lunch. I'm hungry now. There's a total of 6,000 fish so far out of the net now into the pond. So they're all swimming free and they're happy. And we'll come back later to the farm, feed all the animals again, and then just check on them, make sure they're okay. We'll be doing this over the next sort of few days now. As soon as the fish are sort of a reasonable size, we can then take them out the holding pen and put them in the pond. Yeah, be cool, wouldn't it? We've had some really nice weather these last few days. It's been nice and hot, nice and sunny, but there is a weather warning coming up. They're saying in the next couple of days there's going to be a bit of a storm hit here, so see what that's like. I reckon it's going to bring a lot of rain. Right now you can see the pathway here, still very muddy, waterlogged. So right now we don't need any more rain. Going back to what I said earlier about shacks, this is another one. This actually belongs to our next door neighbour, who's also our neighbour on the farm. But they stay in it quite a bit. But again, it's to keep an eye on the rice fields and his chickens. And this one's quite a substantial structure, concrete pillars and everything. He made a really nice job of his staircase though. Cool, isn't it? And he's got some little outbuildings in the back there. Just a beautiful setting though. Without question, I think a lot of the farmers would spend pretty much all their time on the farm if there was electricity here. To be honest with you though, the times that Pi and I have spent in the shack, it is truly delightful. It really is nice. It gets like camping out, you know, it's really quite cool really. You get to see all the stars in the sky. It's absolutely beautiful. And of course in the day, it's just a stunning location. Here she comes. She's such a great girl, is Pi though. Can I have a ride? Terrible, isn't she? She'd probably make me walk home. Okay, honey. Right, time to get back to the house, get a bite to eat, and then see about getting back down here a little bit later. Well, there you go guys, this is the funeral base for tomorrow. They'll place his coffin on top of there and then take him to the crematorium tomorrow. It is a scorching hot day and Pi's nipped off to the noodle shop. She's going to get herself some noodles. Are you eating again? Pi actually comes in here quite a bit. She likes the noodles in here. Good, hot and spicy. Well guys, it is a truly stunning evening out here. And the sun's going down. Time for Pi and I to call it a day. It's been a great day. Loads done. And it's been beautiful out here all day long. Weather has just been absolutely glorious. Pi's just doing a little bit of fishing to finish off the day. Well guys, that's all from Pie and I today. Whatever you do, have a fantastic day and stay safe. Don't forget, please subscribe, share and like. It does make a huge difference. And from Pie and I, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now guys.
See you tomorrow.